welcome to sunny Willows for round 26 in Super League 4. We're nearly ready for the action. The Saints side, H is in a fullback, Chris Smith, Steve Hall, Tuilangi and Anthony Sullivan in the wing, the three quarters. Sean Long and Paul Warren, the half-back pairing. Apollo Pedalini, Jason Johnson and Paul Davids in the back three, the front three. Chris Johns, Sonny Nicholl and Paul Sculthorpe, the back three. Julian O'Neill, Anthony Stewart, Tommy Martin and Gareth Price on the bench. The Salford City Red, Stuart Littler at fullback, Mark Johnson, Gary Broadbent, Paul Carriage and Joey Hayes, the three quarters. Steve Blakely and Martin Crompton, the half-backs. Paul Southern, Malcolm Olker, Craig making the front row. Paul Heighton, David Bradbury, David Hume, the back three. Interchange, Joe Pomilo, Neil Baines, Warren Earls and Phil Waring. The Reds with Heighton bring it to their left. Malcolm Olker at full-back, but Carriage moves in, plays it quickly. And the Reds obviously are a decent start to the season, even though they didn't win many games in the early part. But always difficult on their own middle. They gave Saints a good game in the first game of the season. For the first half, that was, and then the Saints took command. But it's always going to be difficult here at the Willows. The pitch in excellent condition. A credit to the ground staff. Sonny Nicholl driving the ball up. Jason Johnson, his first start for around about 2 years in the hooking berth. Caden Cunningham out with a groin injury. Also the international centre three-quarter partnership of Kevin Iro. He's got a dead leg, and Paul Newlove with a thumb injury. Yes, Paul Newlove, I believe with a thumb injury anyway. The Reds have the possession. A minute and a half gone. Solid tackling is going to be the order of the day. Pedalini in there quickly, Olker breaking away, moves it to Crompton, puts it out to Heighton. Tuilangi and Long wrap him up. Joey Hayes, the former Saint, attacked in half-back. 30 metres from the Saints line. Your referee is Russell Smith from Castleford. Blakely puts it inside, good ball to Hume, now to Olker. Olker again inside the 20. Last one of the sequence, the Reds looking strong. Blakely puts it for the corner. Sun in the eyes over there, oh, an infringement there. The Saints player was taken out, but the referee, ordering the turnover, said the ball was knocked forward on the sixth tackle. The Reds, it's the third game in 8 days. A win against Sheffield. They got butchered midweek against Leeds, even though they got off to a great start. And was 12 points up before the Rhinos got on the board. But they got hammered at the end, 50 points to 16. Sculthorpe drives it up to the 40. Hayes and Carriage on his back. Chris Smith puts it back into Tuilangi. Tuilangi sees space, breaks out, only the full back to beat. He's got Wellens on the inside, and Saints on the board there. Wellens just to the right of the six. Super try, he salutes, he puts his hand in the air. Great work by Sculthorpe down here in the first instance. Sculthorpe took it down, created the gap, slipped it out. Chris Smith took it up, then Tuilangi backing up on the inside. Tuilangi stepped out of the tackle, drove it down, he only had Littler to beat. Slipped it to the left there for the supporting Wellens to go over for the 4-pointer. And Saints on the board after 3 minutes. Super start by the Saints, best possible start they could have wished for. As I said, Salford seemed to start off well and then fade, but will the 3 games in a week be too much for them? Who knows? And obviously it's Saints' turn this week, isn't it? Salford here today, Castleford at home on Wednesday, and then Gateshead at the bank holiday Monday. Sean Long right in front of the sticks, no problem, pops it over, 6-0 to the visitors, the Super Saints. Plenty of support from the Saints over here. the cantilever stand end right in front of it. I think it must be condemned, that. I don't know why. It's a pretty modernish stand, but the Saints spectators are massed there to the left, and not a great deal of Salford spectator support in view. Sonny Nickel, I'm sure there are around the arena, but not in as many numbers as the Saints. Obviously Saints at the top of the table, second position, and Salford at the wrong end of the table. Johnson to Perolini. The Terminator drives it forward, over the 40. Jason Johnson steps up again, moves it to the left. Wellens, big Paul Davidson, still pumping the legs, driving it forward. Crompton in with the tackle. Once again the Saints spread it. Sean Long puts the high testing kick. Finds touchdown at that end. Referee Russell Smith signifies scrum down, head and feet to the Reds. The third meeting between these two sides this season. Obviously we restart the last 4 games, apart from the Castleford game, which were the opening 4 games of the season, and those sides play each other again. Obviously being Salford, Gateshead, Wigan and Bradford. And Saints with 3 points, I should say. They're going to be 3 points behind Bradford. Saints have a game in hand, and which will be taken up with the Castleford game. And we only need Bradford to slip up again, 1 point behind, provided Saints can keep up the winning run. And if Saints do keep up the winning run, that last game at Nosey Road against the Bradford Bulls is going to be a one cracker, isn't it? Crompton from dummy half. Davidson quickly in, along with Jason Johnson. Now it's with Blakely. Blakely and Crompton usually make the Salford Reds tick. Chris Smith making one of the tacklers late in, along with Carriage. Sullivan from the active half-back coming in, relieving the forwards. Wellens breaking away. Saints certainly look up for it, look hungry for it, and here's Perolini. Turning in the tackle, looking for support. Johnson brings it to the right. Sculthorpe drives it up. Sean Long looking for the 40-20, but it's not going to go that far. Mark Johnson on the right flank for the Reds today. Joey Hayes, the former Saint, on the left. Phil Wording, another former Saint, on the bench. Crompton, Carriage, Tuilangi, super tag. Well, the ball was knocked forward. Joey Hayes did get hands to it, but that pass was forward. Touch found anyway, scrum down, head and feet to the Saints. Wellens to feed the scrum. Aitchison linking up here, but the ball goes to centre field. Hall with a half break, brought down just outside the 40. Chris Joint, the captain, playing out of his skin, leading by example. Now it's Davidson, and the pass rule forward. Russell Smith in a good position. So scrum down now with Crompton to feed. The Reds trail by 6 points to 0. 9 minutes of the game gone. You're with Micro on video, bringing you all the action of Super League 4 round 26 from the Willows. Joey Hayes taken by Tuilangi. Got a good turn of pace as Joey Hayes, but he's going to have his work cut out today, isn't he, against Chris Smith and Ferretti. Alker Blakely, what can this versatile half-back do? A good tackle there. Perellini. Crompton now, moving it to the right, looking for the runners. Southern was the man that tagged onto it, then he unloaded it. And Saints pegged for offside. I'm sure Blakely will have a go for goal. The referee let quite a few players go there. Well, no, he's not. Blakely going for touch early in the piece, obviously 10 minutes gone, as I said, but the Reds must think that they have a chance of breaking the line. It's Southern. Defence, Saints defence going to be tested now. Making. H's and shoulder charged him. Then he was finished off by Sculthorpe. Olker looking to poach one from the acting half-back position. He's right on the line there. Crompton again, looking for a gap, spreading it out to the right. Saints defence close up. Good tackling by the Saints, good pressure by the Reds. Can they breach the Saints line? Yes, oh, no is the answer, my word, he was stretching there. The full-back Stuart Littler nearly got over. Crompton, chip and chase. Yes, that's a good try. That's a super try by Crompton. The referee points to the spot, and no problem with that. 11 minutes gone. The Reds register the first try. Super kick and chase there as Salford Reds on 2 or 3 occasions came perilously close to scoring. And then the ball was brought back centre field. Crompton saw the gap, chipped it through, followed his own kick up and touchdown right behind the sticks. 6 points to 4, game on. Blakely right in front of the sticks, just about my position. That I reckon I could manage it from there myself. And a few Salford spectators giving it a bit of welly from behind the dugout on the far side. Blakely with a conversion, 6 points apiece. So Salford reply in kind with a try from Crompton, goal by Blakely, this prolific half-back pairing. And the Reds, 3 games remain for them after today. Wakefield away, Warrington at home, Halifax away. 3 tough ties there, but I'm sure they can maybe get a couple of results. Warrington haven't been playing too well. Their top 5 ambitions faded midweek. The ball knocked forward. Well, no, it's interference. It's interference at the in the tackle. And Blakely with the penalty award finds touch on the main stand side here at the Willows. And Olker will restart. 45 metres out. David Hume. Now Olker again. Crompton. Southern twisting in the tackle, looking to unload. But he's tidied up by Davidson, Nickel and Perellini. Strong running. Nothing in it, 6 points apiece. Ball out to Carriage, to Ilangi. Copy boot tackle, round the way, slips down. Heightened dummy half, now Hume. Looking for the runner. Olker it was, but he's quickly dispatched. Last one of the sequence. Blakely puts it high. Sullivan going for it, well, didn't touch Sullivan, touched the Salford player. Came back and Saints went in for it and they come up with it, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Steve Hall, the man that came up with the possession. The high towering kick, it's a Salford player first, came back, and now it's Chris Smith. Bounced off the first line of defence. Taken down, second tackle by David Hume, the man's impetus wasn't stopped. And Nickel drives it up now. Saints just reassembled. Jason Johnson attacked in half. Wellens sees that gap as Wellens went for it. Over the 40. Sculthorpe was on his left, but he had to take the tackle. Sean Long with the 40-20. Joey Hayes lets it run. Does it find touch? No. Just manages to gather it before it goes infield. In touch. And Hayes forced back. Littler attacked in half-back. Salford Reds come back very slowly. Saints defence up to it and pushing forward. Now Hayes again. Nickel brings him down this time. The Reds in possession. The scores all tied at 6 points each. Last one of the sequence now. The Reds. It goes to Blakely. He goes for the 40-20. It bounces kindly for Paul Aitchison. And the big man drives through the first three-man tackle. He drives again, does Aitchison. Slips it out to Sean Long. Ooh, Crompton nearly took his head off, dear me. But Aitchison did the spade with her. Saints ready to overlap on the left if they can move it quickly. Hall! Sullivan was on his left. Wellens. Well, Salford Reds pegged this time for offside. The referee let him play go on, but then pegs the Reds for offside. And Sean Long said he'll have a go for the two-pointer. And why not? 6 points each. And in a kickable position. And well within Sean Long's range. Salford also had a few injuries, 3 noticeable ones: Bobby Thompson, Darren Brown and Hudson Smith. Hudson Smith and Darren Brown that certainly make things tick, with all due respect to the players that are in the Salford back line, but they certainly make it tick when they're involved. Sean Long strikes it well, no problem, right between the uprights. 16 minutes gone. Salford 6, Saints 8. So Saints to restart from the kick-off. Salford to restart, Saints to receive from the kick-off, I should say. Sonny Nickel. Carrigan Heighton bringing to earth. Now Chris Smith. Bradbury involved in that tackle. Paul Hume, Jason Johnson brings it from acting half-back. Now Saints move it left. Chris Joint tries to straighten it up. Hume there certainly gets through some tackling, some grafting. Sean Long, little dink through. Well, obstructed there was Paul Sculthorpe in his efforts to get to the ball. And then the Saints came through. Salford took the ball. The referee looking for a possible high-ish tackle. Well, he's given a shoulder charge off the ball, I think is the indication. But Sculthorpe certainly obstructed there as he went through. Jason Johnson and... yes. Sean Long, is he going to have a go for goal? But... yes, Sean Long's going to have a go for goal, and why not? All points could be crucial. But a little bit of hanky-panky there. And Saints awarded the penalty. And Sean Long left footer, 20 metres infield, 30 odd metres out. Oh, that looks good. Is it floating in? It is. Nothing wrong with that. 19 minutes gone. Saints now lead by 10 points to 6. A little bit of argy-bargy, obviously Long put the kick through, Sculthorpe followed it up, wanted to follow it up, he was obstructed. Then it looked a little bit of a high tackle as things went there, and the referee was on about somebody being shouldered off the ball without possession, and that's what the penalty must have been awarded for. Paul Davidson. Over the 20. First tackle. Johnson moves it left. Julian O'Neill just on, can't control it. Neither can the Salford player. That's going to be a scrum down. Head and feet to the Saints. Perolini, the man replaced. Long to Tuilangi, makes a space. He puts the rally down. Oh, great tackle there by David Hume. Super tackle. Now the Saints move it left. Sculthorpe takes the tackle. Joint moves it to the left. Then goes to the right. Now with Sean Long. Looking for the gap. Long again. 25 metres out. Davidson, first receiver, on a short ball, which the Salford Homesters thought was forward. Johnson attacked in half. Salford moving up quickly. Sculthorpe, Aitchison tackled, and the player that tackled him, I just couldn't see, took a bad knock. Long chips it through. Too much beef on it, isn't it? Oh, it sits up. It's oh dear. The Salford player there over the barrier, and looks like Paul Broadbent. Oh, he's all right, he's back in the field of play, but he went for it there, and Salford had to ship it dead. It was David Hume that took that tackle there, awkward tackle on Paul Aitchison. Aitchison himself taking a knock, but Broadbent there just going over the barrier, right at the back of the sticks. From the restart, Salford obviously drop it out. Aitchison slips it back inside to Julian O'Neill, and O'Neill powers into the defence. Johnson at dummy half. Well, that was forward from our angle. It certainly was, even though the cries from the Salford spectators. But referee Russell Smith looked at the touch judge on the far side, and he said it was forward. Certainly looked it from here. Thought we might have got away with it, but with the 1,000 or so Salford spectators that are here, you've not much chance, have you? Crompton attacked in half, at scrum half, feeding the scrum, I should say. Now to Blakely, moves it over to Broadbent. Tries for Marlin at the play of the ball. Salford making a change, and it looks like Payne's coming on for making. Crompton offers the ball out to Littler, puts it inside to Carriage. Carriage took it well. The Reds are pressing. They're spreading it to give it back to Heighton. Heighton again in a big gap. He's driving for the line. He's taken down 5 metres short. Littler did well there, linking up there from the full-back to Carriage, to Heighton. A speculator out on the far side, Mark Johnson. He comes cross-field, he chips it. Chris Joyne didn't play at that, it's still on the 6th tackle, and Alka chips it for the corner. Oh yes, is that a try? No, unlucky there. My word, the Reds there. They deserved more, but they didn't get it. They played well. They run it down here. Littler creating the gap. Then it went over, and Olka chipped it through. An awkward bouncing ball, and he couldn't just get the touchdown. Saints restart from the centre of the 20. Davidson takes the first one up. Now it's Nickel. Well, it shows you obviously the brain power of the Salford spectators. They're on about Scousers, and we've nothing to do with Scousers, I can assure you. As Long, only the full back to beat. He's got support inside Sculthorpe. He can't take it in. Littler did well there. Close. Well, a little bit of argy-bargy. Penalty awarded. Chris Smith, Paul Sculthorpe having words with Stuart Littler. Anyway, getting back, just because we're classed as Merseyside, it doesn't mean to say we're anything to do with our country cousins from just over the border at Prescott, does it? But these Mancunians wouldn't know anything about that, and now they'll get on to me because they're not Mancunians, they're Salfordians, aren't they? Still, you can't win them all. Sutton drives the ball over the 40. 10-6 in favour of the visitors, the Saints. 26 minutes gone. Joe Familo going to be brought on now, just getting ready to be introduced as Crompton to Blakely. Out there to Littler. Broadbent attacked in half. Terrific turn of pace. Playing well in the centre. Usually the full-back, but preferred in the centre today. Last one of the sequence. Blakely on the power play. Blakely puts it through, the ball knocked down. Still on the sixth tackle. The Salford man couldn't squeeze it out. O'Neill. Well taken, centre field. Just short of the 40-metre line. Sullivan. I'm sure Saints will be trying to get Anthony Sullivan on the score sheet today. Long puts a speculator out. Sculthorpe taken by Carriage, right in front of our commentary position. Chris Smith, darting run. Salford urged to get back onside. Saints moving to the left. Long taking it through, looking for the gap, offers the ball. Finally takes the tackle. Baines comes in over the top. Last one of the sequence for the Saints. Wellens puts it downfield, lofted kick. Littler, well positioned. For Milo now just on the field. And David Bradbury, the man replaced. Baines again. Oh, well, that could have been construed as a knock-on. He's brought it towards him. It hit his knee. Was Blakely. Heighton. Chris Smith in between them. The referee thought it was a knock-on. The touch judge said it hit Aitchison's knee. But Chris Smith breaks out of the tackle. Crompton round the head, right in front of the referee, and he's going to be pegged for it. There was no maliciousness in that, but it just slipped up round Chris Smith's head, and always eager to try and break the tackle, Chris Smith. Davidson replaced, and Gareth Price, the man, introduced. Still Tommy Martin and Tony Stewart on the bench. But a tight game. Oh, missed pass taken by Chris Smith. Hayes and Blakely bring him to earth. Sculthorpe puts it out of the back door to Tuilangi. Saints look a little bunched there as Tuilangi is brought down on the 40. Price, first touch. Taken down by Familo. His first touch as well. Johnson. Wellens. Nickel. Crompton with the tackle. Super stop on Nickel by Crompton. 29 minutes of the game gone. Saints take it on the blind side. Hall there. Well, it's copped a high one. Broadbent, I think it's in there. Not a lot in it. Long. Sculthorpe. Chips it for the corner. Puts pressure on Joey Hayes. Takes it well. Hayes through the gap. We know he's got blistering pace as Joey Hayes. Had a few injuries since joining the Salford Reds. Little of the fullback. Brought down just inside his own 40. Alker to Familo. Strong running second row Joe Familo. Hume just losing his footing and driving it up. Neil Baines offering the ball again. Slips it out to Blakely. The Reds are running it inside to Heighton. He unloads it to Southern, then to Alker. Super ball handling. Oh, by the Reds, and what a tackle by the captain, Joint. Cries for a knock-on, or claims for a knock-on as Crompton puts the testing kick. Knocked forward by a Salford player was the indication. Even though I thought Saints had knocked it back, but Aitchison recovered well. Now Chris Smith. 10-6 the score, 9 minutes to the interval. Tightly contested game. You can never underestimate the Salford Reds on their own midding, can you? And especially the pitch in excellent condition. Ideal for open rugby. But both defences coping well as Chris Joint moves it out left. The ball lost, knocked forward. Scrum down, head and feed to the Salford Reds. Crompton feeds, then gets it away to Blakely. Along the line, Carriage. Littler's looming up and looping into the attack. He steps up, attacked in half-back now. O'Neill and Price wrap him up. Crompton offering the ball to the runners. Well, the man overran it, went to a Saints player, and Steve Hall picks it up. Anthony Sullivan looking to wind his way round, brought down on the 40, plays it. Steve Hall from the acting half-back position. Nickel. Can the Saints side break this Salford resolve with 7 minutes to the interval? A try and a goal to either side would certainly be of benefit before the interval. Joint bounces off Crompton's tackle. Was it Crompton that went in for the tackle? It was. And he gets him on the second goal. Bad pass, well picked up by Sean Long. Chips it through. Well, Long and Littler both take knocks. The ball went to a Salford hand, and Littler there needs a little bit of treatment. A leg injury. Linked up well as the fullback for the Reds. Baines, powerhouse, prop forward, good ball handler, and certainly one I'd like to see at Winston Telling's colours. The ex-Wigan forward couldn't break through at Wigan, doing a lot of damage here. Salford keep the ball alive. Johnson going looking for it from the right wing, over here looming on the left. Blakely puts it high. A tester for Smith. Comfortably, Chris Smith takes it. Sees the gap, drives into the defence of Crompton, and Crompton stuck a knock. Smith keeps it going, the tackle wasn't effective. Sculthorpe now drives it up, but Crompton took a knock there in that collision with Smith. Sullivan, well taken by Blakely. Johnson attacked in half-back, Jason Johnson that is. Now to Paul Welland, nearly broke through the defensive line. Olker saved it, now it's with Sean Long, ducks under the tackle, into Salford territory as Crompton limps back. Johnson offering the ball, looking for the runners, there's the runner, Tuilangi, inside the 40, last one of the sequence for the Saints as Johnson again, he'll unload it to Long. Long puts a high kick up centre field, pressure on Littler, but it's no problem, takes it well, and Johnson and Smith complete the tackle. Joey Hayes for the Reds. 5 minutes to the interval, 10-6 the score in favour of the visitors, the Saints. Trying a goal apiece and 2 long penalty goals. That's what separates the sides, those 2 long penalty goals. Southern. Nickel round the leg, Johnson round the top. For Milo, strong bullocking run, brought down just short of the 40. Last one of the sequence for the Reds now. Blakely again, puts it straight upfield. Aitchison, is he going to let it run? Will it run? It does. Restart from the centre of the 20. Penalty to the Reds, right in front. Blakely will have a go for goal, I would imagine. It certainly is. An infringement by the Saints means that Blakely can reduce the deficit to 2 if he's successful, well within his capabilities. John Harvey, the Salford coach, certainly got a lot on his plate here. Only contracted, as far as I know, to the end of the season. Then it's going to be reviewed. Difficult job after the sacking of Andy Gregory. Blakely, well, looks to the left. That, oh, it has. It's gone between the sticks. 37 minutes gone. Salford 8, Saints 10. Yeah, difficult job here at the Willows. About 14 personnel in, or was it 14 out? But quite a change, 14 and 11 personnel changes in and out at the end of last season, beginning of this season. They've just not had the luck of the Salford Reds. They've competed for this first 40, but will it be a different kettle of fish after the interval? Littler recovered now from that. After that leg injury, and for Milo driving it up. Baines, powerful forward up to the halfway line again. Well, second snap at the leg of Baines. Blakely takes it quickly. Blakely looking for support. Crompton's there with him. Crompton in a big hole. Aitchison wrestles him to the ground, 20 metres short. Can the Reds take the lead before the interval? For Milo up to the 10-metre line. Olker attacked in half-back. Saints urged to get onside. Southern driving for the line. The Salford Reds prop. Once again Olker brings it to the left. Crompton, Blakely in a big hole. Oh, just as he was going to pass, He lost the ball. It was knocked forward by Blakely. Crompton's asking the questions. Was the ball knocked out by a Saints hand? And that would constitute play on, because Salford played on and touched down. So, relief for the Saints with what minutes run the last minute. Blakely carved open the Saints defence there and was just going to unload and lost the ball. And there's the half-time hooter as Tuilagi takes the tackle. A great first half here at the Willows. Wellens opened the scoring in the 3rd minute. Long converted it. Crompton replied in kind in the 11th minute. Blakely converted that try. 6 points apiece after 11 minutes. 2 long penalty goals in the 16th and 19th minutes give Saints a 10 points to 6 lead. Blakely reduced it by 2. 10 points to 8 in favour of the Saints as Salford go to restart the second half. Tightly contested first half, away we go. Saints have won the last 6 games, but they're under a bit of pressure in as much as they're only leading by 2. But I'm sure the coach will be pleased with the first half display. On both sides, both Ellery Hanley and John Harvey will be pleased. Both only conceding 1 try. Have Salford got the power to last this 40 minutes without folding? They folded midweek against Leeds after a great start. Long to O'Neill. O'Neill couldn't take it. Blakely picks it up. It was Heighton that picked it up, I beg your pardon. For Milo. 25 metres out. The Reds with the first touch in this second half. Carriage breaks out to the first line of defence. Hall wraps him up. Broadbent attacked in half. Crompton. Blakely. Inside ball there to Southern. Support from Baines. He has to take it from a standing start, but he unloads it to Blakely. Saints have got to move in and tackle him. They can't just look at him. Anybody supporting Blakely there and give it a chance of scoring. Crompton moves it to the right. Carriage. The ball's knocked down. Broadbent has it. Now Broadbent loses it. Going to be a knock on here. The Salford spectators on the far side thought it was a try. But Carriage knocked it down in the first place, and that will be the scrum with a head and feet to the Saints. The Reds promoted at the end of Super League 1, so it's the 3rd season. They've only 1 win against the Saints, and that was here at the Willows. That's in 6 meetings. Obviously this is the 3rd meeting this season. 39 points to 26 here. They won in Super League 1 for them, which was Super League 2, 1997. Lost narrowly last season, 18-14. 30 points to 12 they lost here this season. And it's tight again today. Long inside to Joint. Good tackling there, Holker. Crompton in as well. It's on the short side. Long chips it for the corner. It curls back in field and it'll run dead. Stuart Littler retrieves it and the Reds will restart from the centre of the 20. Saints still with a difficult run in. Castleford midweek, as I said before, then Gateshead Bank Holiday Monday, the old Pie Eaters away the following Sunday, and then Bradford at home. What a finish it's going to be, especially if the Saints can keep winning. Maybe that Bradford game could be crucial. Joe for Milo, Joint takes him, but he slips it away to Crompton. No, he doesn't. To Walker. Now Crompton has it. Littler just dropped it. Wanted to chip it through. Wellens gathers the loose ball. Salford move up very quickly, in my opinion, in front of referee Russell Smith. Hall plays it. Johnson at dummy half. Long with a speculator to Tuilangi. Tuilangi puts it out. The ball did look forward from this angle, but it went into touch. A great tackle by the Salford Reds on Tuilangi there, just as he was going to unload it, and that took him off his pattern, and it went into touch. Head and feed to the Reds. Crompton. Well, Crompton and Blakely playing well, certainly combining well. 4 minutes gone of the second half as Hume comes out with it. 8 points to 10. 8 points to the Reds, 10 to the Saints. For Milo. Taken by Long. Julian O'Neill round the legs. Holker at dummy half. That looked a hint forward from our angle to Southern. A flat ball, as they say. Crompton. Blakely. Out to the left. Good ball. Littler moving in. Puts it back inside to Carriage. Super play by the Reds. Throwing the ball about. Lovely handling skills. Blakely. Crompton. Offers the ball. Drives it across. Big hole there. Broadbent. He's wrapped up. Should have carried on Crompton there. The gap had opened and then he let the ball go. Mark Johnson waiting to receive it, but Broadbent taking a knock. Crompton puts it high and for the corner. Well, Smith's lost it. Carriage picks it up and he's well clattered. That's the turnover. And Chris Smith comes away with it. So a tester by Crompton again, putting pressure on the Saints. They've not reacted well to the high ball this afternoon. Been a bit awkward. Sonny Nickel. Nickel up the middle. Support from Jason Johnson. Inside there to Long. Oh, Long put it out to the right. I think Milo may have shouted for that. And Hume and Long just exchanging pleasantries there as they get up from the tackle. Mark Johnson shrugs the first tackler off, which is Hall. Goes centre field. Nickel holds him, forces him down. Now it's David Hume. Jason Johnson in at the tackle, along with Captain Chris Joint. Two captains together. The Reds move it left. Blakely and Crompton interchange. Carriage twists, turns, can't get out to the tackle. 15 metres from the Saints line. The Reds trail 10 points to 8. Baines driving for the corner. Big, powerful prop forward. Last one of the sequence. Along the line. The Reds are running it. Blakely chips it through. Oh, knocked forward, but Saints gather it. Saints ruled offside. Well, the referee there, I don't know where he comes up with that decision, but he's ruled that the Saints were offside, and obviously Salford are going to go for the goal, aren't they, to try and put themselves back on level terms. On the far side there, Warreners Jr. looking to be introduced, I think, is it? Or is it Phil Waring? I just can't make out from here. But in the meanwhile, Blakely looking to put his side back on level terms. 7 minutes into the second 40. And Blakely there, right in front, no problem. 10-10. quickly with the conversion. Restart. Oh, out on the full. Penalty to the Reds, right on halfway. And a few Salford spectators that are here just get the voices around and at the back of their faithful. Olka plays it. Baines, the first receiver. Baines again driving forward. There was no support for him. Reds move it left. Hume sees the gap to Ilangi. Oh, he gets the pass away to Hume. Lovely ball over to Joey Hayes on the left flank. The Reds are pressing, 10 points apiece. Crompton, Blakely, driving across. Has to take the tackle. Wellens and joint for Milo from dummy half. Johnson and Nickel combine to bring him to earth. The Reds are pressing. They move it left. Baines coming for it. Off Olka. Baines is stopped perilously close to the line. He's knocked it forward. Well, he just lost control of it there, but Baines coming through at pace. And now Saints obviously can see what's going on. Coach Ellery Hanley, and he's introducing Tommy Martin. And it's Jason Johnson, the man that's going to be replaced. I would imagine Martin in a standoff, Long to scrum half, Wellens in at hooker. Saints need somebody to inject that little bit of impetus that has been lacking in the 50. And you being penalised the referee intimated it was kind of a rabbit punch. Tommy Martin takes charge of the kicking, gets some distance. Right in was Wellens restart. Martin along the line, Long, Nickel, running at pace, out to the first tackle. Long at dummy half. Gareth Price up to the 30. Maul in there on the far side from Heighton. A sloppy pass tidied up by Steve Hall. His pace will get him out of trouble. He straightens up. Three-man Reds tackle, bring him to earth. Chris Smith from acting half. Still driving is Smith. The tackle finally completed. Held down to the nth degree as Long up the centre to the 10-metre line. Last one of the sequence. Saints to run it. Martin chips it for the corner. Aitchison's chasing it. Aitchison was taken off the ball. Right in front of the referee, and he just ignores it. The big man following up was taken, and that was a forward pass as well. Dearie me. Oh, he's seen it now. Intervention. Oh, he's penalised the Saints for an obstruction. Baines drives it up as the Reds restart. He's still driving as the big man. He's lost the ball. The referee says it was pulled out. That's 3 in a row, and you don't get a bonus point for that, Mr. Smith. 3 dubious decisions in my totally impartial opinion, where Baines was roaming, got up to try and play the ball, obviously, and as he's took in the old dying swan dive, the ball bounced out of his hands as Joey Hayes ducks under the tackle. Strong running by the Reds, up to the Saints 20. Crompton, Hume. What a competitor this David Hume, captain for the Salford Reds. Alternate dummy half, Crompton, Blakely. She straightens up, Jiggs. No support, Carriage was on his right, but he was well covered by the Saints tacklers. Nickel, one of them. David Hume couldn't take it. Julian O'Neill picks it up. Good driving run by Hume. Saints take it on the short side. Chris Joint. 10 points apiece, 13 minutes gone in the second half. Well, Salford this time awarded a penalty for a second bite, and I certainly think Chris Joint made the most of that, but Saints have the penalty. And we won't refuse it, will we? Come on, you Saints now, from the Saints spectators amassed at the back of the sticks, to which the Saints are playing in this second period. And they want to see some tries, and I want to see some tries as well. Martin out to the back door, Sean Long with Sullivan, and Sullivan there, oh, the pass route forward, dearie me. On this occasion it didn't look all that bad from our angle, but we are looking obviously slightly to the left. The referee well positioned, and Sullivan there looking to have the record of the 10 consecutive scoring games. Baines off and making back on. David Hume, taken by Sculthorpe, Nickel and Tommy Martin. Making, first drive, just replaced Neil Baines. Paul Davidson looking to be reintroduced. Good tackle there, super tackle by Tommy Martin on David Hume. And he felt that, didn't he? Perolini back on again for the Saints. The Reds put it downfield, and the ball run dead, and the touch judge on here. An incident, a player just right in front of us. Well, let's see what the referee decides. So both touch judges and the referee consulting. A late tackle, it must be on Steve Blakely. We were following the ball, or I was following the ball. It's Chris Joint that's going to be brought out. He's spoken to. The incident looks as though it's going to be put on report. We're bringing David Hume over as well. So the incident put on report. Davidson on for the Saints. Davidson for Price. Perolini for Price. Thank you. Perolini on for O'Neill and Davidson on for Price. Just confirming that with our stats man Dave Parr, just along the gantry from us. And now the Salford Reds, Blakely, the man that was injured, the incident put on report, and now Blakely looking to put the Reds in the lead for the first time. 48 minutes gone. Well, it's gone to the left. 58 minutes gone, I should say. It's gone to the left, much to the delight of the Saints following. A mass to our left, but the Reds will get the ball back. So both sides having scoring chances ruled out by referees' decisions. As Tommy Martin puts a drop out. That's one hell of a drop out, isn't it? Littler takes it in the in-goal area. He straightens up. He's well met. Joint with the tackle. Well, the referee says he's made a play for the ball. It didn't look as though it had come loose. Obviously Littler there. But he's saying the ball carrying arm had touched the ground. The tackle was completed. And the Reds certainly competing today. And the Saints have got to be on top of the game. Always difficult here at the Willows, even though they've gone through the horrors this season, not the Salford Reds. But the last 20 minutes, we're coming into it now. It's all tied, 10 points apiece. David Hume wrapped up by Paul Sculthorpe. The ball loose. The ball knocked forward, says the referee. Long feeds, he looks for the gap, he sees it, to support there with Martin. Martin offers the ball, gets out of the tackle, still going. Oh dearie me, Johnson there with a haymaker right in front of the touch judge. Sullivan, well taken by Broadbent, looked across the chest there, even though the Saints faithful didn't think it was. Sculthorpe, drop off ball. Parolini taken high, the referee was there, dearie me. Well, Mr. Smith having an indifferent game. As far as the Saints are concerned. Sean Long, well taken by Joint, to Hall, Hall into the corner, that's a try. That was a missed pass there that was tidied up by Chris Joint, finished off by Steve Hall, and you can see the pressure relieved there in the Saints ranks with the goal kick to come. Hall with the try. The ball was moved left, the Saints pressed up the middle, they moved it over to the left, it was a missed pass. It was misdirected. Chris Joint reacted quickly to it. Scooped up, he was coming through at pace, gathered it safely, and then slipped it out to Steve Hall on the wing. Well, on the wing position. Sullivan is the left winger. Slipped it out there, and in for the try. 14 points to 10. The conversion to come, as you can see, only a metre or so in field. The wrong side for the left-footed kicker. Oh, but that looks good. That is, oh, that's good. In off the post. They all count. Thank you very much. 6-point gap. Saints 16. The Salford Reds 10. Long with 4 goals, 2 tries for the Saints, courtesy of Wellens and Hall. 2 of the new boys on the block. 16. (16-10) the score. The Terminator gathers the ball from the kick-off. Still sticking to the guns, the Reds. Putting the tackling in. Sean Long. Well, wrestled to the ground by David Hume. Crompton in at the second man. Blind side for the Saints. Martin puts it upfield, putting pressure on Littler. Saints chase for a line of four there, and Martin goes in, taps Littler's ankles. Sculthorpe finishes him off. The Reds have the possession. Great game here at the Willows. The result couldn't go anyway as of yet, but Saints do have that 6-point cushion. And I'll tell you something, if they get up there near the Salford try line, it'll be a 1-pointer going over. I can assure you of that. Substitution, Bradbury back on for the Reds as Johnson picks up the ball. Mark Johnson, that is.
Back to one. Back to one, Ronnie.
Tackle count was waved clean, but the referee's seen something. And the penalty awarded to the Reds. Making. Alker attacked in half. 15 metres from the Saints line. Southern straightens it up. Saints defence going to be tested again. Alker. Crompton offers the ball. He's running crossfield again. Slips it to Broadbent. He's quickly wrapped up. Once again the Reds reassemble their attacking line. Nickel coming in. The Reds spread it. O'Neill, is it? Or is it Sculthorpe? Sculthorpe it is, I beg your pardon. O'Neill's off the ground. The referee penalises the Reds. Sean Long finds touch just in front of our vantage point. Wellens will restart. Tuilangi. Perolini now drives it up to the halfway line. Good yardage from the big Western Samoan. Making a little exuberant with the tackling. Davidson looped there with Long. Through Sculthorpe's hands, into joint. Well taken, well tackled there by Broadbent. Steve Hall, scorer of the last try, has to take the tackle. But Saints making yardage. Wellens. The ball knocked out. Well, that was knocked forward. If it was knocked out, it was knocked forward. But the referee allows play to go on for Milo in possession for the Reds. David Hume again. Sterling display from the captain. Blakely. Good run from Blakely. Taken down on the 20, Aitchison did enough to put him off. Nickel wrapped him up. Now it's the Reds pressing. Southern back to Crompton. Littler from the full-back position in a big hole, driving for the line, a diagonal run. Well taken there. Last one of the sequence. Littler he's had a bit of clog today. There's a young Stewart at the back. Blakely puts it for the corner. Sullivan did well, knocked it back. Does Sullivan have the possession? Yes, he does. Well played, Anthony Sullivan. Davidson takes the tackle. 16-10 still the score. Tight game here at the Willows. 13 minutes left. Good ball to Milangi. Slips it out to Chris Smith. Chris Smith jints inside. Taken down by Joey Hayes on the halfway line. Tuilangi now, Saints moving to the left, well taken by Martin. Lovely ball to Joint. Joint puts it back, that's all on, but it's tidied up by Salford. Broadbent taking a knock. Now it's Mark Johnson from the acting half-back position. Salford down to 12 fit men. Broadbent had a knock, making. He's driving it up. Now Saints regain the possession. Salford offside as Davidson drives it up. Still looks a little groggy. Gary Brown bent down here, but the Saints are driving it up. This set of 6 to build on. The ball has to be respected as the Saints drive it up 35 metres out. Martin to Davidson. Once again, Saints building up now. Long, Sculthorpe. Chris Joint attacked in half. He drives it away, Self. Slips it to Aitchison, it's all on. Now will Saints go for the 1-pointer? Tommy Martin does. And there you go. Come away with that 1 point. That could be crucial. Chris Joint knew what was on. He drove it up. Slipped a lovely ball to Aitchison. Aitchison was brought down 5 metres short. Then it was slipped back to Tommy Martin. Thank you very much. The 1-pointer gives the Saints that bit of extra cushioning. Saints coach Ellery Hanley could obviously see that it wasn't going the Saints' way in a very tight game. Slipped Tommy Martin on in the 50th minute. Not only for his drop goal expertise, but to try and create some gaps. Now the Reds making a substitution. Malcolm Molker coming off. And it's one of those, I think that's... come on. Short kick-off well taken by Sculthorpe. Perellini driving it up again, 17 points to 10. The Reds trail. Davidson with a big drive, the ball loose, but tied it up, it went back and Steve Hall come up with it. The tackle count still remains. Martin, long, inside to Nickel. Sean Long kicks it diagonally. Too much beef on it, runs dead. Compton slips it out, good ball to Johnson. Aitchison in for the tackle, does enough to stop him. Johnson up again and is forced into touch. By Compton again. Salford, well, one of Salford's better players of the afternoon. Certainly Blakely and Crompton combined well, and a lovely ball from Crompton to Johnson. What an equal tackle by Aitchison. Nickel replaced. In the interchange, Julian O'Neill back on. The Warreners, yes, on for Olker. O'Neill back on for Nickel. Solid tackling again on Tuilangi, and it's got to be on Tuilangi, hasn't it? Chris Smith bouncing off the tacklers, creates the gap. Brought down on his own 30-metre line. Long, Davidson, good ball to Joint. I'm going to say equally good ball to Hall, but it goes through Hall's hands and is tidied up by Sullivan. Sullivan now! Fourth well, side head chancery there by Broadbent. Kevin Walton would have been proud of that. Big Les Davidson up to the 40, and a little bit of jiggery poke at it. Well, somebody's... Oh, he's gone for the red card. Making sent off. Les Davidson flattened. The referee was well sighted, but Making straight off, no messing there. 73 minutes gone, and Big Les, well, Jeanette Smith treated him. Is that the end of Salford's challenge? They trail by 7, there's only 6 minutes left, and Big Les, well, he doesn't know what day it is. Obviously Making must have connected very high. So Big Les Davidson will have to be replaced. As the Saints look to make sure. Long going for the penalty. And it looks like Price that's going to come back on. And Davidson trots off. Just comes round a little bit there. No, Sean Long finds touch. Gareth Price back on for the remaining minutes. Steve Blakely judges the man of the match for the Salford Reds. He's had a good game, but Crompton's been excellent. Saints spread it out. Martin. Sculthorpe. Inside to Tuilangi. Through Long's hands, back into Salford, a Salford pair of hands. So last throw of the dice for the Reds. They need 7 points. Well, 7 points to draw. They need 8 points in 4 minutes. And they're a man down with Making sensationally sent off here, right in front of us, for an attack to the head on Paul Davidson. The referee says it was charged down by Price and play on. Julian O'Neill, the workhorse. They're all workhorses in the pack, aren't they? Chris Smith from dummy half. Can Sullivan get on the score sheet to make a new record for Super League consecutive scoring matches? He went over the whitewash, the pass was ruled forward. Sean Long taken by Broadbent. Last one of the sequence, will the Saints run it? Joint brings it blindside. Hall. Well, he should have unloaded that. That was on the power play. Newlove, Sullivan and Paul Sterling with 9 consecutive scoring matches in Super League. The Reds have the possession. They bring it to the right. As it is that comes away with it. Phil Waring on as well, the former Saint. Blakely, chip and run. Long reacts well. Did well there, did Sean Long. Up at the sweeper at the back. The Reds move up. And Tony Stewart on for the Saints. O'Neill inside the 30, 2 minutes remain. Long, Martin back inside. Price takes the ball up. Tommy Martin up the centre, just overrun. Crossing. Chris Joint and Tommy Martin, they're combining to cause a shepherd, as they say, and a penalty to the Salford Reds. So Wers restarts. Mark Johnson forced back in the last minute. 2 points to the Saints, and more so 2 valuable league points, keeping up the charge at the top. Castleford, well, good play by Joint. He come round the back of the scrum, the back of the marking position. The referee says he wasn't straight, and Phil Waring puts it downfield. Salford will restart on the 30. Waring, Blakely, Littler. He's played well at the back. In a very competitive match this afternoon. Carriage. O'Neill brings him down. 40 minutes gone on my clock. Loose pass there, tidied up by Broadbent. The ball's loose. Sullivan has it now. Can the flying Welsh wingman come inside? He's into space. He's only Littler to beat. He takes the tackle. 12 metres short. Wants to play it quickly. Long goes for the corner. Sean Long's in. Sullivan was there. He got up. Long made sure. And that's game, set and match for the Saints. Long wasn't hanging about, even though Sullivan was coming up. Maybe he thought about the record, but plain sailing, make sure. 21 points to 10, with the conversion to come, and then just the final hooter then, I think. Just a little bit of stoppage time for a couple of incidents, and obviously the sending off to Makin. That's a slight stoppage when Davidson went off. So 21 points to 10. Long with 4 goals and a try. Can he make it 5 goals and a try? Oh, he can. That's plumb. That is dead centre there. Superb, and Long applauds the crowd. There's the final hooter. 6 points there to the Saints, making it 23 points to 10. Good result at the end. Salford resolve wasn't altered. Obviously a tight first half, 10 points to 8, and then they lost Craig Makin 7 minutes before the final hooter. Handshakes all round. Salford got the first point to the second half.